Once you find a relevant case, it's important to validate that authority to ensure it remains strong precedent or that it is still good law. You will do that by Shepardizing any authority that you plan to use in your research. In the research system, search for equal pay and merit increase. On the resulting cite list, find Shepard signals next to each case name. The red stop sign symbol is the most negative. This symbol indicates that there is strong negative history for the case. You need to stop and Shepardize the case because something within this case has been overturned or overruled. A portion of this case is no longer good law. Next, the orange Q symbol indicates that a ruling in the case has been questioned. The case is still technically good law, but courts have questioned whether that precedent should stand. The yellow triangle means that the case has possible negative treatment, usually indicating that the decision has been criticized or distinguished. The green diamond indicates that the case is good law, meaning it has been routinely followed or affirmed. The blue A means that the case has been cited in another opinion in a neutral manner, and the blue I indicates that the case was cited in another opinion with no positive or negative treatment. Let's take a closer look at this case. The yellow triangle indicates that there is cautionary analysis of this case. At the right of the case, find an overview of the Shepard's report. This shows how frequently the case has been cited and how many of those cases provide cautionary analysis of the ruling. Understand why the case received this symbol very quickly by clicking the Y link. This provides the case that has been editorially selected as having the strongest influence on the Shepard signal that was assigned to the case. To access the full Shepard's report, use the tabs at the top of the document. When Shepardizing a case, there are 4 pages of results. On the Citing Decisions page, find all of the cases that have cited to your case. At the top of the page, find a graphical display of all the citing decisions and quickly view where any negative treatment originated. Use this graph or the filters on the left to narrow the report. In practice, you would want to read any cases that have cited to your case negatively. Do this by clicking the caution treatment analysis and reading those cases. You need to determine why the cases didn't follow the court's ruling, what was criticized, or what were the distinguishing factors. This is important information you would need in order to be completely confident that you should cite to this case as strong, valid precedent. The citing decisions can also be used to expand your research by finding additional cases that support your legal arguments. If you believe the court should follow the precedent set in this case, you can make that a stronger argument by citing other cases that follow that decision. Rather than viewing all citing decisions, in practice, you would likely need only the cases from your jurisdiction that discuss a specific legal issue in order to validate the case. For example, easily narrow to a specific circuit and find cases that also include specific terms using search within results. Continue to narrow further to find the exact cases you need. The next page of the Shepard's report contains the history of the case to help you easily locate any prior or subsequent decisions in the case. The third page of the Shepard's report contains other citing sources. This is a great way to expand your research from this case. Other citing sources provides a list of secondary sources, court documents, and more that cite to the case. This could be used to find a law review article analyzing the case, or a court brief that cites to the case, which would show you how attorneys have structured legal arguments in similar cases. The Other Citing Sources page is a helpful collection of information that can be used to expand research and assist with legal writing. Finally, the last page is the Table of Authorities. This will list all of the cases cited within your case. You now know how to use Shepards to ensure you are citing to strong, valid precedent. For further information and training, please contact your LexisNexis representative.